Right now, across India, millions of families are waiting days for a single gas cylinder. Restaurants are shutting down. Street vendors in Delhi are putting up signs saying they can no longer serve chole bhature. Cloud kitchens in Kolkata are sending staff home. The reason? India imports 2/3 of its cooking gas. 90% of those imports pass through a single choke point, the Strait of Hormuz. And right now, that choke point is a war zone. This crisis was always going to happen. Maybe not this week, but eventually. Because depending on a single imported fuel for 330 million households is not a plan, it is a gamble. But here is the thing. There is a way to make your own cooking gas at home from waste. It is called biogas, and it is simpler than you think. Biogas is nature's own fuel factory. You take organic waste, kitchen scraps, vegetable peels, cow dung, anything that was once alive and will decompose. You put it in a sealed container with water. No air gets in. That is the key. No oxygen. Inside that container, bacteria get to work. They break down the waste. And as they do, they release methane, the same gas that is in your LPG cylinder. The gas collects at the top. You pipe it to your stove and you cook. It is that straightforward. The leftover slurry, that becomes rich organic fertilizer for your garden. Nothing is wasted. Everything becomes useful. Let us start with the simplest version, a home biogas setup that a family of 4 can build in a weekend. You need 2 large plastic drums, around 200 liters each, some PVC pipes, a gas wall, flexible tubing, and basic tools. Total cost? Anywhere from 2,000 to 10,000 rupees, depending on what you already have. One drum is your digester. That is where the waste breaks down. The second drum, or a rubber bladder, collects the gas. Every day you feed it kitchen waste mixed with water. 1 part waste, 1 part water. Blend it into a slurry. Pour it in through the inlet. In the first week or 2, not much happens. The bacteria are waking up, multiplying, getting established. But once it gets going, a family-sized unit produces 1 to 2 hours of cooking gas every single day from waste you were throwing away anyway. And here is the beautiful part. India's hot season is actually perfect for this. Biogas bacteria work best between 30 and 40 degrees. That is exactly what we have right now. In colder climates, people struggle to keep digesters warm. In India, the weather does it for free. There are 3 common designs. Each suits a different situation. First, the fixed dome. This is the traditional Indian model, built underground from brick and cement. Very durable, lasts decades, but it takes time and skill to construct. Second, the floating drum. Similar idea, but the gas collects under a metal drum that floats on the slurry. As gas builds up, the drum rises. You can see how much gas you have just by looking at it. Third, and this is what I recommend for beginners, the portable drum or bag digester. 2 plastic drums or a prefabricated unit, quick to set up, easy to move, and affordable. If you have never built anything like this before, start with option 3. Get it working. Learn the rhythm of feeding it daily. Then scale up later if you want. Now let us talk about the bigger picture. Because this crisis is not just hitting families, it is devastating the restaurant industry. 90% of Indian restaurants depend on LPG. The industry employs over 8 million people. And right now, commercial gas supply has been halted in city after city. Hotels in Mumbai, Bengaluru, Chennai and Kolkata are on the verge of shutting down. Some already have. But think about this. A restaurant produces enormous amounts of organic waste every single day. Vegetable trimmings, plate scrapings, spoiled food. Most of it goes to landfill. What if that waste became your fuel? A medium-scale biogas plant can process a restaurant's daily waste and generate enough gas to significantly reduce or even replace your LPG needs. The Indian government actually supports this. Under the SATAT scheme, there are subsidies and financing available for compressed biogas plants. The Reserve Bank of India classifies loans up to 50 crore for these projects as priority sector lending. And the Ministry of New and Renewable Energy provides direct financial assistance for plants ranging from small domestic units all the way up to industrial scale. This is not charity, this is an investment. You reduce your fuel costs, you eliminate your dependency on unreliable supply chains, and you turn a waste disposal problem into an energy solution. Many people have been living off-grid for years, making their own energy, harvesting their own water, growing their own food. And every time a crisis like this hits, people ask the same question. How do we manage? The honest answer, they do not even notice. Because when you build self-sufficiency into your life, disruptions in the supply chain do not reach you. I'm not saying everyone needs to go completely off-grid. That is a big commitment. But every step you take towards producing your own essentials makes you more resilient. Biogas is one of the easiest first steps. It costs very little, it uses waste you already produce, and it gives you something priceless: independence. India's LPG consumption has more than doubled in just over a decade. Almost all of that growth came from imports. That trend cannot continue without crises like the one we are seeing today. The question is not whether this will happen again. It will. The question is whether you will be ready next time. If you want us to do a full step-by-step build video showing you exactly how to set up a home biogas system from scratch, let us know in the comments. We can also do a deeper video on the business side. How to plan a biogas plant for a restaurant or hotel, what the costs look like, and how to access government subsidies. Tell us which one you want to see first. If you found this useful, share it with someone who needs it right now. Because this is not just content, this is survival information. Stay safe, stay self-sufficient. We will see you in the next one.